Happy Saturday, fruity friends, grain-free VIPs. Welcome to today's Slice of the Grain-Free Lifestyle episode, where we are talking about how to break out of the cycle of protein and veggies so that you can eat like normal again. Oh my goodness, this is my favorite topic because this is what allows us to stick with our grain-free lifestyle so that we don't feel like we're sacrificing. We don't feel like an observer at every family event. We feel like we can share in life again. And that is what I'm here to help make happen for you. As you are coming on and being notified that I'm live, could you please reach out and say hello in the chat? Hey Deb, I'm so glad you're here with me. I appreciate you coming and spending some time with me every weekend so that you can level up your grain-free lifestyle. And I want to make sure that I thank you for it. I'm just waiting for a sound check. We got it. Arlene, you're amazing. And we're on a roll. Okay. Now, before you all came on with me today, I decided to do a little prep. Can I show you? Okay. This is the beginnings of a cheddar cheese. And you're like, Nina, that's not cheddar cheese. Hold up. This is my liquid pourable cheddar cheese. And we're going to take it from this liquid to a thick, nice mix so that we can put it on broccoli. Exactly. Now, if you have a dairy allergy or you have to avoid dairy for any reason, you know how tough it is to put up with anything except real cheese. But this cheese that we're going to make today is going to kind of blow your mind. All right. So in the oven, I have some broccoli and it's cooking. So please say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from so that I can make sure to thank you. Drop a little food emoji below. And if you're catching the replay, use hashtag replay so that I can thank you. Now, first, when we find out we have to avoid grains and allergens, we panic, right? I know I did. I felt like deer in headlights. And then 6 months later, I felt like I had been hit by a train or that I was on another planet where none of the rules made sense and they were constantly changing and not even gravity applied. And so if you feel like that, please understand it's an unfortunate but normal part of the grain-free lifestyle. And once we get past that shock and we say, okay, I can do this, we stay in that place where protein and veggies go from being a source of security to almost like vines that we've become entangled in because we don't know how to get out. The good thing is that we're usually feeling really good with that protein and veggies, right? Because we're avoiding grains, we're avoiding allergens, and our inflammation is decreasing, our brain power is coming back online, our body is feeling good, our digestion has improved, and we don't want to give that up, and I don't blame you for it. I'm not suggesting that you should. Now, before I tap into how I do this and how I help my clients do it, I want to tell you about the foods and allergens that I avoid at my home, okay? I avoid apples, almonds, bananas, beef, blueberries, cassava, corn, dairy, eggs, all grains, like literally all of them, peas, pork, potatoes, soy, pineapple, oranges, sweet potato, sunflower, active yeast, benzoic acid. My home is legume-free and lectin-free because of my husband's intolerance to lectins. And I'm still going to be able to enjoy this amazing cheese. Now I'm going to pull it off the stove, give it a quick... Oh, I got to turn up the heat. No wonder it's not ready yet. So you can see it's pretty liquidy. That's cool, right? So we're just going to let it simmer so that it becomes cheesy. Now, planning for your grain-free lifestyle gets you into the land of protein and veggies, which is not much fun at all. But like I said earlier, it's very safe, and then it traps you, and you're dying for something else, right? I've been there. I sometimes end up there myself, which is why I keep breaking new recipes. So one of the first things you can do, right, is level up your protein and veggies. Not completely switch out of that phase, but level it up. Level up that phase with barbecue sauce, for example, or other sauces, or like my liquid pourable cheddar that we are going to make today. If we haven't met yet, my name is Nina Blake. I'm the Grain-Free Lifestyle Coach, and I help families pack their menus with flavor and variety so that they can enjoy meals together and live their best lives. Now, this liquid cheddar cheese is one of the many ways we can do it, right? Ooh, my broccoli is ready. Okay. All right. Oh, excuse me. So what did I do? I roasted some broccoli. 425 degrees, a little olive oil. It is not rocket science. Hi, Heidi. Hi, Deb. I'm so glad you're here with me. Thank you for being live with me, where we are talking about how to bust out of the cycle of protein and veggies. And here, I have some broccoli that I roasted. Unfortunately, it's going to cool a little bit while the cheese does the cheesin'. For those of you who are VIPs, you have this cheese recipe. And if you don't have the cheese recipe, could you please just drop VIP in the comments, because these cheese recipes are life-changing. My VIPs have a recipe for liquid mozzarella, liquid cheddar, and coming soon, liquid American cheese. I used it on my burgers this summer, and it was just absolutely amazing. So, one of the ways we can get out of the cycle of protein and veggies is to level up that protein and veggies with a little sauce. Today, I'm going to use a liquid pourable cheddar cheese on my broccoli. You can use barbecue sauce, right? You could use a tomato sauce, something to give you flavor to make you feel like you're not missing out. That's the first way you can do it. The second way you can do it is to find recipes that are safe for you, without the grains and allergens that you're avoiding. And if you're like, Nina, where do I find those? I was wondering the same thing. In 2012, I was told I needed to avoid grains, dairy, and a few months later, eggs came off the list. And it was like rocket science, trying to find recipes without grains, dairy, eggs, and later the other foods that came, and nobody had them. And so I was stuck in this moment that we're talking about right now, protein and veggies, and the substitution cycle where I was just guessing all the time, no food was safe, recipes weren't measuring up, and it was absolute madness. And the reason I'm saying find safe recipes is because I've got some for you. Let me show you. I'm just gonna give my cheese is thickening up. But I want to show you my lectin-free brownies. These brownies have no gluten, no grain, no dairy, no egg, no soy, no corn, no almond, no cashew, no peanut, no sesame, no nightshade, no legume, no lectin. They look real, they taste real because they are real. And I'm just going to kind of give you a 360 perspective here. Yeah, they're real. They have a beautiful crumb. That's that texture. Traps the air pockets. Take a bite. They're absolutely amazing. And so, recipes like those brownies can burst you out of the cycle. If you're like, Nina, it's going to take more than a brownie to get me out of that cycle. Hello, I need something for breakfast. Well, I've got a wonderful waffle recipe. A recipe for creamy coconut cereal that is really like a cream of wheat, just made with coconut. Okay? So many options for you. How about some vanilla muffins? Wouldn't that be a great addition to your breakfast menu? Or pancakes? Or egg rounds without the eggs? Yeah, that sounds like a dream, right? Check out my cheese. It's getting a little thicker. I'm gonna put it back on the stove. The broccoli's still hot. It's still steaming. Okay, right? So we can find recipes for safe foods. Hey Taylor, so glad you're here live with me. Find recipes for safe foods. And I put together a collection of more than 150 recipes without grains, without the top allergens, some that are legume-free and lectin-free, like the brownies, so that you can enjoy them. And if you're interested in those recipes, please drop VIP below. And if you're like, Nina, you don't understand. You do not understand. I can't do it. I hear you. I couldn't do it either. It took me falling flat on my face and trying to go back to grains more times than I'd like to admit to really learn that this was the only way I could avoid grains, avoid allergens, and feel like I was really living. Okay? So we're going to level up our menu of protein and veggies, and we're going to add some sauces to it, some spice, some pizzazz, right? So that we don't feel like we're missing out. We're going to get delicious recipes like these brownies, like the waffles, like the vanilla muffins. One of my VIPs, she sends me messages all the time. She's like, we tried the muffins and we put chocolate chips in them and we put blueberries in them, and this time I added cocoa powder and it tasted like donuts. And speaking of donuts, yeah, there's donut recipes too, because nobody needs to miss out. Everybody deserves pizza and cake on their birthday. And yes, pizza and cake can be a part of your grain-free, allergy-friendly lifestyle, so that you are really bursting out of the protein and veggies and stepping into the life that you can stick with, where you can share foods with your friends and your family, where they say, hey, I remember those chocolate chip cookies that you brought. Bring them again. Oh, we're having brunch. Bring those waffles. So that everyone can share meals together safely and nobody misses out. And now my cheese is thickening up. Remember that runny cheese? Well, I don't want to spill it, but you can see I've got some big old clumps. So excuse me while I stir here, because I don't want my cheese to clump. I want my cheese to be nice and gooey. And now that it's simmering, I got to simmer it for between 3 and 7 minutes. And so we can talk about the big enchilada, the big loaf of bread that everybody wants. Because the moment that we start talking about avoiding grains and allergens, most people are kind of cool with protein and veggies. It means they can feel well and get rid of the brain fog and the joint inflammation, the digestive discomfort, and the unexplained nasty symptoms that come with a grain allergy. But what makes it the hardest is stepping back from your family traditions, stepping back from Christmas dinner and having protein and veggies on Christmas dinner, or stepping back and missing out on cake at your own birthday party. And yeah, that was me. The first year, I followed my doctor's advice. She said I could have a little exposure and try a slice of cake at my own birthday party. And I did. And I ended up with hives. And birthday cake should not come with hives, people. So the second year, I couldn't do it. I didn't have recipes for cake or pizza. And I literally missed out at cake at my own birthday party. And I have never cried like that before, because it made me feel like I would be forever excluded from my own life. And I don't want that for you. If you are feeling like you are excluded from your own life right now, I'm so sorry. And I'd like you to use the link below that my awesome VA Arlene has dropped for you to connect with me, so that we can talk about getting you out of that place where you feel excluded from a life that should be yours, so that you're watching everything, participating in nothing, and you feel like an observer at best, or like a prisoner in your own life. I wish I could say that it'll end eventually, but it doesn't. It won't end unless you make it end. And it's very easy to do that, right? You don't have to change the way you live. Protein and veggies are absolutely fine. They're wonderful, right? We need protein and veggies. We just need something that makes it worth eating the protein and veggies. If you're like, oh my gosh, Nina, please give me that. I told you the cheese sauce was going to change these veggies, right? Let me get my scraper. Okay, now when we came on 14 minutes ago, this cheese was liquid, runny, right? It's not liquid anymore. Check this out, people. This is cheddar. This is liquid, pourable cheddar cheese. We're going to use about half a batch. Okay? I'm going to mix it, and then once it's back in the oven, we could talk some more about really that place where we all want to be. The place where we can enjoy our family recipes again without grains and allergens, separating us from the life we want to live. So thank you for being patient with me. Look how gooey this is, right? This is what melted cheese is supposed to look like, because It is melted cheese. Let me say it again. This is what melted cheese is supposed to look like because it is melted cheese. There was no bag involved. This is homemade. I make it in my kitchen. You can make it in yours. And that means you can enjoy cheese again without grains, without top allergens, and without the ginormous bill that comes with a dairy-free, grain-free lifestyle. That grocery bill, what do I mean? Well, when you buy a bag of dairy-free cheese at the store, it's like $6 for 6 ounces maybe. This recipe is about $7 for 16 ounces. And let me tell you, it doesn't have any of the nasty fillers or gums or stabilizers that those grocery store cheeses have. We're just using different ingredients to make our cheese. And if you would like this recipe, please drop VIP below. I have gotten a lot of requests for VIP memberships from people this week, and I only have 5 spots available on my calendar right now. So I need you to drop VIP below, use that calendar link to book a call with me so that you can be one of the lucky 5 who get in on this so that you can get cheese and fluffy hamburger rolls and pizza and flatbread and lectin-free mayo all as a part of your life. Now, I told you, it's real cheese. It's just a little different, right? We're making it with different ingredients. Let me show you. Okay? This is roasted broccoli and cheddar. Oh my God. I don't know how I live without this. Okay. I need a spoon rest. It's right here. I'm going to put this back in the oven so that the cheese can go from liquid to bubbly. Timer. We'll set it for 10 minutes. All right, the cheese is going to get nice and bubbly. We could put some bacon in there and make it nice and crispy. But we got to talk about the best part, because the best recipes in this world are not my recipes. They're not. I love my recipes, but most people prefer their family recipes, the recipes that you can share with your kids and your grandkids and your parents. And the recipes that have that magic and that love, the recipes that contain a family story. Wouldn't it be great to taste those again? Those can be a part of your menu by the holidays if you decide. If you decide that you're ready to step out of that season of struggle and step into your dietary rebirth where you can still eat safely without grains and allergens, but start eating like normal again. Drop VIP below. Now let's talk about how we do it. I have some foundational recipes for you. A flour blend, an egg replacer, both with lectin and lectin-free, some cheese recipes, mayonnaise, and using those foundational recipes and some techniques that I've developed to make those grain-free ingredients look and taste like normal food, you can eat like normal again, like my VIPs who are now enjoying bread and donuts. One client, her family tradition is a donut tower. Imagine how awesome that would be. Waking up to a donut tower on your birthday and then realizing, oh my gosh, you can't have donuts anymore. And are you going to miss out on donuts on your birthday? And this amazing mom gave her child a donut tower, multi-flavored donuts, beautiful, show-stopping, looked like it came out of a magazine for his birthday. Or another client whose son was told the morning they get to summer camp, it's pizza day. She runs home, she makes him pizza, gets it back in time, and this kiddo doesn't miss out. Okay? Another client of mine, her family has pierogies every year. Well, guess what? She made her family grain-free pierogies so that everybody could have pierogies together. And this is the magic that we are going for. For me, it started when my wonderful Aunt Anna, if you're out there, Auntie, I love you. Thank you so much for pushing me, for encouraging me to do this, because it was Auntie Anna who said, Nina, we're going to have Christmas Eve and you're going to be able to eat it. And I was like, yeah, Auntie, no. Remember, I can't have grain. She goes, I don't care. You bring your flour. You bring your flour to my house and we'll make fish like we always do. And we're going to batter that fish with your flour. And we did. And she said, and you bring your breadcrumbs. And we're going to stuff our squid with your breadcrumbs. And the whole family eats it. And everyone is happy. Why? Because it is real food. We've all had enough of those, the slices of bread that maybe taste like a shingle. Yeah, no, we're not talking about that. We're talking about real bread. Like I've showed you in other episodes, like the fluffy hamburger roll, right? So we have a few more minutes. And I want to do a recap because I know I've shared a lot of information with you. And I talk really fast because I'm so excited about this. So we can break out of the cycle of protein and veggies. It doesn't require a PhD. It doesn't require rocket science. It's food science that we use, right? We can start simple. And if you are struggling right now in this moment, it's okay. I meet people in the worst season of their life. You don't have to be completely grain-free. You just have to have a desire to want to eat better and have being grain-free be part of your menu. You're going to use my calendar link, schedule a call, right? And we'll talk about getting you those sauces and those foundational recipes. But let's go back to the first step. Keep the protein and veggies, but add some sauces to it, like I did today with the liquid cheddar cheese. It wasn't that hard to make, and it just goes so far to give you the flavor and the texture of the stretchy cheese. Oh, it's to die for, right? So you can do that. The next step is to find recipes that will give you the foods that you want without the grains and allergens that you're avoiding, like the brownies. These are amazing. They're grain-free, they're lectin-free, they're dairy-free, they have no top allergens, right? And so, what do I have for you like this? Well, on my website, there's a program called Grain-Free Fast Track. And in that program, there are 13 cooking courses. 13 cooking courses waiting for you so that you can learn to make indulgent egg rounds, no eggs, pancakes, vanilla muffins, fast mac and cheese. That's right, mac and cheese, no grains, no top allergens, okay? Simple salmon and cilantro. If fish is unsafe for you, put in some turkey, put in some pork. Sweet ginger chicken, ranch meatloaf, pasta bolognese, chicken taco casserole, shepherd's pie with a taco twist, an entire course on the basics of grain-free bread baking. If you just take that course alone, you will have bread back to your table because I teach you everything about baking grain-free bread without the top allergens. Most bread recipes that are grain-free either use another top allergen or they rely on psyllium husk or both. And so if you're like, I can't do that, yeah, me either. That's why I created this, so that you and your family can eat together safely without taking a decade to learn how. Because the truth is, it took me 10 years to figure this out. And I don't think it should take anybody that long. Not when there are recipes waiting for you. Not when there's somebody who can help you have your family recipes in time for the holidays. And I'm hoping, I'm going to pull this out early actually, because I want to show you the broccoli. Because it looked good a minute ago. It's going to look better. Everything is better with cheddar. All right. Told you it was going to look better. I'm going to turn the oven off because look at this. The cheddar is absolutely bubbling. It's steaming. It's delicious. It's broccoli and cheddar. If you just make this, if you do nothing else but use this cheese, you will have, let's say, a much less boring, more delicious menu. So use my link and I'll see you in our next episode. The possibilities are endless when you break a recipe.